Good morning, stamping friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Lorri Heiling, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I always love sharing some things that I've been working on in my craft room. So that's what Tuesday and Friday mornings are about. I show up here 9:30 Arizona time, and I always look forward to sharing projects with you. Well, today I am going to be making another pet card. I found out a lot of you are really enjoying the pet things that I've made, so thank you for your feedback on that. So I thought I'm going to do another quick and easy card for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't seen my last video, be sure and peek at that one, because that one has a cute little dog with some Christmas lights, and I think you'll like that one as well. So let's get started on today's project. In the last video I had so much fun playing with this designer series paper right here called Sweet Stockings. I'm going to use that again today. I found out that a lot of you are pet lovers, so I thought let's do another pet Christmas card. So this is the paper we're going to be using, and then I'm using the sentiment from this stamp set, Christmas to Remember. So this will be an interesting combination, but bear with me. This is a fun one. All right, so for starters, we're going to use our basic white cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored on the long side at 4 1/4. Then you are just going to grab my bone folder, fold this in half, and make that nice crisp crease on the fold like that. Now, the next thing I did was I took the largest die from the stitched rectangles die, and I just cut this out of basic white paper. And then the next thing I did was I took the dies that are actually in the same suite as the stockings. Let me show you this. See the dies here? I love this little banner shape here. It could be a banner, it could be a tag, but that's the one that I die cut. And let me show you what I did. I took that and I cut it out, and it has a matching stitching line, so I love when it coordinates that way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing this at an angle, but I'm not really sure where it needs to go until I get the words on, so I'm not going to adhere it quite yet. Now what I want you to do is grab your stamp, and the stamp says, "Love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through." Now we are going to split up the words in this, because I want to use the word joy on this tag. So I want the words love and to be up in this corner, and the rest of the sentiment I want to be down here, but I want to make sure all of it fits on here. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Right marker. Now I want you to know that these are very important. A lot of people will just purchase the blends and forget about these, but one thing that these are good for is that you can color on the red rubber, and this is something that you can't do with blends, because I've tried it before and it just dries too fast. And so the blends are good for this when we only want part of the stamp to be stamped. So I'm going to take the end that has the more brush end rather than the journaling end, and I'm just going to ink up the bottom portion of this, because I don't want the words on top to go on the bottom part. All right, that looks pretty good. Now I hope I can stamp this straight. You know, the problem I always run into when I'm doing this on camera is my head always gets in the way, but it's because I always need to lean forward. So what you want to do is make sure all those words will fit before you stamp. So I think I'm going to get it down as low to the bottom as I can, and let's just hope this is straight. That looks good, doesn't it? It's pretty straight. Now what I'm going to do is I have the cleaner here, and I'm just going to ink that off. And it's important that you have just like a scrap piece, because you want to make sure all the ink is off. So I usually just keep stamping until I cannot see any ink coming through. Now we're going to stamp, so we can even move this down a little bit more. Now we're going to stamp the top part here. So we're going to do the exact same thing. And remember, I said I'm going to put joy on there. You don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we're going to just ink up love and, so the word joy is not on there. All right. That looks pretty good. Now again, I'm going to try to stamp this and not go downhill. And let's try right there. That turned out pretty good too. I lucked out that time. All right, now we are going to put this on dimensionals. And I'm going to save the part that's going to be on here, because that's the fun part. So let's just fill this up with dimensionals. I like to use 6 when I use cardstock about this size. I like to put one in the middle so it doesn't sag down there. And then just remove, and we'll put this on our card front. Like this. Just center that. And now we can put the tag on. Again, we're gonna raise the tag by putting dimensionals on the back. This really is a fun card. A lot of cards that I get at Christmas time do have pets on them, so I just thought this paper was so fun, especially if you're a animal lover. All right, let's put that in an angle. Make sure we can see all the words. Kind of center it as best that you can, like this. Now, we are gonna make the word joy. I know we have an alphabet set, but I'm not gonna do that. Let me show you what I did. I took our designer series paper and I just kept staring at it going, I think I can make a word out of this. So what I did was I took, I'll just kind of do it as we go. Well, I'm not really good at centering, I guess, until I know. We have the stocking for the J, and there is a die that cuts that out of the designer series paper, so I didn't have to fussy cut that. This one I did have to fussy cut. There's the O, and here's the Y. Isn't that cute? His antlers make the Y. So I just wanted to spread that out so I could see how to space these. And this is going to be just a really fun card. You can see I like alphabets and letters, and I like to work with those. A lot of the cards that I do you use letters, and sometimes it's a play on words. A lot of times I'll do an alphabet and I'll substitute the O or the A with you know, shapes or animals or whatever. So here's the end of this card, and it really doesn't matter what you want to put inside. Merry Christmas. I just wanted to show you the outside of that. So again, it says love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. So there's my card for you. I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you can kind of use your imagination and see the word joy in those animals. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you see any products that you like and would like to order, please use my host code. And as a thank you for using the host code, and if your order is over $35 or more, I will send you my Creative You projects for the month. So we are already past the October deadline, but if you order between now and November 10th, you will be getting the Creative You projects. There are 3 of them, and they will be coming to you free in the mail as my way of saying thank you. So if you'd like to order, just make sure that you use the host code. Well, thank you again for joining me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you at the end of the week on Friday morning. Bye-bye.